Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another shoe review for you. I have quite a few people who really keep up with hey, I know you've had those shoes for a year. When's that wear and tear coming? When's that wear and tear video coming? So I appreciate you guys, and today we're going to talk about the Arizona vegan Birkenstocks. These are a pair of shoes I hauled a year ago. I actually got mine off of the Nordstrom website. These are basically unicorn shoes. So they have an iridescent type finish. It is vegan, so it's not like the regular leather. I don't know why my camera is doing that. But you can see in the natural light, it has that iridescent kind of finish. It's very subtle. It's not super loud, which I absolutely love. The buckles on this are a light pink, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I tend to wear these in the spring summer season because I find that they go with most of my outfits, because it does have a predominantly kind of opal white finish, and unless the sun is hitting it directly or someone's looking at your shoes up close, you can then that's when you really see that unicorn type effect. I'm gonna link the video of when I first bought these shoes so that you can watch that too if you haven't watched it, and you can see the comparison of how much I've worn them and stuff like that. So this is this very soft mushy kind of pad. It's firm, don't get me wrong, it's firm, but it's not as hard as the cork. If you know, you know. I don't own any of the original Birkenstocks. My husband does have a couple pairs, and touching them side by side, these are a little bit softer in feel, but because they have a lighter footbed, you are gonna get that staining in the toe area. That's inevitable. It's gonna happen. I have worn these in the rain, as you can see in my mod shots. It's very muggy today. It's raining, so I wear these regardless, and they've held up really well. There is, of course, depending on the way that you walk or whatnot. I use a size 7, in case you guys wanted to know. These will get this wrinkle here on the side, but it's not really anything you can notice, or it's not a deal breaker. The shoe just, most shoes, will mold to your foot. I think that, right now these retail for $110. I can't remember what I paid for them on the Nordstrom website. All I know is that the moment this came up on my suggested things that I would like, I was like, yes, if I'm ever gonna own a pair of Birkenstocks, it's gonna be a unicorn version. I find that the shade name is really strange. Literally the shade name of this is light rose. It should have just been iridescent, because that's exactly what it is. It is absolutely stunning. They're super comfortable, very soft, and I will say, true to Birkenstock fashion, these shoes will feel uncomfortable the first week you wear them, and then once you break them in, they just become the easiest, most casual, most comfortable pairs of shoes you will ever own. So basically, suffer for a week and then you're solid. And everybody who owns Birkenstocks will tell you the same thing. My husband, he's like, yeah, you just gotta suffer for a week and then you're fine, and then it just magically becomes your favorite pair of shoes because it molds to your feet. You broke them in. I'm like, okay, yeah, it sounds great. But I do have to say, I do like these, but I do only use them in the spring and summer season. They've held up really well. I have used them a lot. And I am a troll when I walk. I just want to start off by saying that. Those of you who've been following me for a long time, I know this already, but I am not a delicate walker. I'm not sure why. Like, I bump my feet into things. Like, I don't know why I walk with such an aggressive tone. You know what I mean? I don't know why I am the way that I am. It just is what it is. So these have seen things. Like, I have gotten the front of these stuck in like between pavers. I have missed a step and have actually had these like slide through the back and scrape. So let me just show you. The front of these are still intact, but you are gonna see that wear and tear a little bit here on the bottom. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick it up because it is, you know, white, but like these edges, they're just a little bit like lifted. And that's from like being like getting them stuck in between like pavers while I'm walking sometimes. And then the back, you'll see that the back of these are a little bit worn in, and that's just like me walking, not paying attention. I misstep and they like literally scrape the back of a step in the concrete. So with that said, like these have held up pretty well. The bottoms look, for a year, they look, I think, look great. There's not too much of a wear in the back, which is in the heel area on the outer portion is where my shoes tend to waste the most. And they're pretty good. Granted, I've only had them for a year, but there are pairs of shoes that after using them for a year, like they look pretty bad. I feel like these have held up really well, and I don't see a lot of people talking about these. I feel like when these launched, I didn't hear too much press about them. Like Birkenstock was very low key on launching these, and the moment I saw them, I fell in love with them. I'm like, I need to have it. I know that you're not going to be able to tell because since this is already a wear and tear video, the bed is already dirty, but upon like opening the box, the bed of the shoe is a very light rose color that kind of matches the buckle on the shoe, which is like this baby pink color. And just so that you know, the buckles themselves are intact. Like the paint hasn't scratched off. I want to see if my camera's going to focus on that. The paint hasn't scratched off. They look amazing. They're still perfectly intact, and I think I was afraid of the buckle itself, like having that paint peel off, because again, I'm a troll. I also cross my feet a lot, so I was worried about that as well. This opal iridescent unicorn kind of color, as you can see, it's not peeling, there's no scratches, it's not wearing away. It is there to stay. I was super worried about that. Those of you who have been following for a long time, you guys know I had a semi-traumatizing experience with my Tory Burch rose gold sandals. I returned those. Like literally after a couple of months, the paint literally started to just wear away anywhere my foot touched. Not the case with these. The color is there to stay. It looks intact, and although these are microfiber, like on the inside, and let me just show you that. I want to see if I can angle this in a way where you guys are going to be able to see it. So it's like microfiber on this inside. It's super soft. It really doesn't make my foot sweat. I was worried about that. I was worried that it was going to make like the shoe itself feel like a winter shoe, like warm. But because these are a loose fit, like the top of my foot doesn't, like when I'm laying my foot flat, like there's some space in between the top straps, so it's good there. But the microfiber I actually find super comfortable in the shoe. I think it's really nice, and it's not wearing away, so like you can see that there's no like peeling or anything like that. Due to the nature of microfiber, you are gonna have like some of this happening. Like, do you see that? Do you see that? And that it's microfiber, it's gonna happen, but like, is the actual material wearing away at all? Absolutely not. Like, it's in there, it's perfect, it's not like peeling off, it's not excessively like shedding. I think you have like very minimal shed, and truly, I don't even know if it's shedding or it's the fact that stuff will like stick to it a little bit because it is microfiber. But like, for example, I want to show you this. Let me see if the camera's gonna focus. I'm gonna zoom in, guys. Do you see this? Do you see how I'm like peeling a little bit of fuzz? That is what will happen occasionally. And when I mean by occasionally, like minimal. And I have used the heck out of these. I have a 70-pound dog and a cat and a toddler. So these shoes have seen things. They have seen the bottom of dog paws. They have seen the bottom of dirty toddler feet. They have seen a cat trying to make a bed on it. I don't know about you, but like, my cat loves laying on my shoes. Loves it. And the sweatier and the smellier my shoes are, the more my cat wants to lay on them. I don't know. Those of you who know about cats, let me know. Well, my overall like review and opinion about these shoes, I think they are amazing. I think they held up well. I think that they are definitely worth the money for the comfort. Like, not only do these look well, and you can pretty much wear them with everything, most casual outfits, and you can dress this up and dress this down in this current era. You know, this is very in now. People love like Birkenstocks, and I've seen people wear this like with really fancy outfits. So you can dress this up or dress this down. But the comfort, it's the comfort of these shoes. You don't have to baby them. You don't have to be super careful with them. And I think that they are super durable. So if you've been thinking about purchasing a lighter tone in the Birkenstock sandals, I highly recommend, because having two pets and a toddler, they've held up pretty nicely. They have. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye.